All right, go for it.
Oh man! Hey everyone, it is I, El Guerrilla, with my man El Cuco, and we have our new member of the new cartel. His name is El Gustavo. Muy bien, El Gustavo. Muy bien.
Grandote griego.
Me gusta el baloncesto.
La gusta. No, dude. I've been addicted to that show for forever, dude. And
Dude, Narcos is the shit. I love Narcos.
No, dude, we're banditos, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's right. We are banditos, Pablo. We are banditos, Gustavo.
Dude, Gustavo, dude, his cousin, bro. His cousin,
Yeah,
Gustavo.
cousin Gustavo. Gustavo Escobar.
Yeah. Wouldn't cave into the fucking government. Took the beating to death instead. I love it. The non-stoolie, dude. Non-stoolie.
Dude, totally, man. A total badass, bro. But like El Cuco said earlier, our distribution with Rogue Money is tighter than the Medellin cartel, my friend.
Well, dude, we were getting into it. It was like the question I was just getting into when we talk about something.
We're about to talk about that puto Harvey Weinstein later.
El jefe, patrono. When something is out in the open, like the CIA or the U.S. government's.
You mean the real cartel? The CIA?
Yeah, well,
imported the Langley cartel?
Yeah, we before we went live, we talked about like we confirm all the cocaine coming out of South America and Mexico. They're totally involved in that. They're involved in the gun running in Mexico. No, not a conspiracy theory, conspiracy fact. They control, over 90% of the opium production in Afghanistan. And these are all things that are like out in the open for the public to see. But the fact that the John Doe or Jane Doe in the street don't like light bulb doesn't go off and like, oh my God, the U.S. government is just totally full of shit and like everything. Like, and I've never understood things like that. I've never understood the WMDs thing or the opium production in Afghanistan or all like the fact that how can these people, the sheep, just continuously, go back to them and believe anything? The media, the government, all of it, like, and everything CJ sent out this week, all the links. It was like, this week, above all, it was like the week conspiracy theories turned conspiracy facts.
Oh, dude, totally, man, and incredibly. I mean, you were talking about like how does like the average American knowing, like everybody knows the freaking CIA runs drugs. Everybody knows the only reason why we're in Afghanistan is either for natural resources or the opium trade. Why doesn't the bloody American wake up and do something? I think it's because he's in the economic stupor. He's not going to do jack diddly until his paycheck stops coming in every week, man.
Well, dude, we've come a point where I think the term like red pill's been more mainstreamed. Like so many people, and I'm always, fuck me and shame on me. Like I'm constantly the pessimist. I'm like, it should be better. What the fuck? But people are waking up, and like even me and CJ last week talked about nothing but the Vegas shit. And again, all week this week, we found out like the Vegas story is total bullshit too. Everything's falling apart. Even the official story.
Well, what's wrong with the Vegas story? I thought a 64-year-old geriatric patient was taking an M249 saw out the window of a hotel and doing Call of Duty on an entire crowd. Dude, totally normal.
That everything, they've been caught lying so many times about so many things. You throw the confirmed lies, the confirmed bullshit from the last 20, 30 years. And then you throw on the technology we have now too, where John and Jane Doe could start to make records themselves, audio and visual records on the street.
Yep.
Like it makes it a lot harder for the establishment to pull this shit off.
No more. He shot from the third floor of a book depository through a tree or on a car that's taking a corner.
Bro, think about it. That doesn't happen. 1963 doesn't fucking happen nowadays. Like that would never happen nowadays. I mean, it might still happen. It just they didn't have dick back then, and everyone still knew the story was full of shit. Like you throw today's technology into 60. I don't even think they would have done it that way. They would have probably figured out a different one. They probably would have done it the Reagan way. They would have found the crazy fucking patsy on drugs to shoot him on the street. but yeah, people. I guess again, I'm always. Sometimes I get so mad, I'm frustrated at the state of the world that I get pessimistic. But it has become mainstream that people are like, yeah, Vegas kind of smells like bullshit, and it is bullshit. And dude, again, every link CJ sent was like, oh, the Harvey Weinstein thing. You mean Hollywood is full of fucking pedophiles and people sucking dick to become famous, and you know, gays molesting children, and like it's all like coming. Oh, it's true. Like it's not just conspiracy theory. It's like no shit. Of course it is. And people are waking up. And again, as much as me, you, and a bunch of us get pissed about it, it's like Trump did win. I think, dude, he destroyed the NFL. That's like a win. Double. Like they raised the white flag. Like, you know, we fucking lost.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I guess people are waking up, but like, I wish they would come even more so to our side, where, yeah, these people, you know, deal drugs and they commit murder and they do human trafficking, and fucking a bunch of them are like fucking pedophiles, and like it's just all sick shit. Like they're like evil, sick motherfuckers.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm not sure which story you want to dive into first, because there's a lot to fucking chew on in this shit. So.
I guess because it's a hot title. Let's talk about that puto Harvey Weinstein. Puto. That puto's in Europe right now. He's saying he's going into rehab.
Para vámonos. Fucking gone.
Hell yeah. He's in Europe doing rehab.
Well, the greatest thing, my greatest.
There's no rehab places over here, by the way. That, you know, that's why he couldn't stay here.
Yeah. And I have a funny, weird feeling he's going to find a rehab in a country without extradition too. Just a feeling. Just saying.
Yeah. And I think he's going to be sharing a bunk with Roman Polanski.
Well, here are my thoughts on the Harvey Weinstein thing. And this story came out, so I've actually had like friends who are still in the mainstream, like reaching out to me, you know, what's your opinion? What do you think? Blah, blah, you know. Number one, the greatest mistake, there are two greatest mistakes people can make here. The first greatest mistake is for people to think this is an isolated predator in Hollywood. This is not an anomaly in that industry, in film, in recording, and media. This is not just an anecdotal piece of evidence. This is the norm. Like, these people are sick fucks. It always has been and always will. It's basically blowjobs for work. Suck my dick and I'll get you in this movie. Like, so is the rape going on? Absolutely. Is the pedophilia going on? Absolutely. How many more fucking like kids do you need to see come out? They're like, by the time they're 25, they're on heroin and their hair's green and they're like, they can't. I mean, these are all kids who are like fucking molested for parts. So the rape is real. The pedophilia is real. And not only that, but it's not just one or two people. It's like the whole culture is like that. So it's important that people don't think, we got the bad guy, we can go back to letting these people lecture us on carbon taxes at award ceremonies. Like, this is their culture. We are getting lectured to, and I've been joking about it with you guys for like a year. They suck dick and snort coke off fucking balls for movie parts, and then they're lecturing you on how to raise your kids. Like, basically.
Well, let me ask you this, man. What do you think about the? You know, Terry Crews is a pretty big dude, right? Terry Crews, former NFL Philadelphia Eagles linebacker. You know,
yeah, guy's a beast.
Yeah, some dude tried to sexually assault him.
Dude,
like,
it's not.
Fucking deranged are you?
Yeah, dude, it's not. Well, that's what I'm trying to get at. That's like point number two is, don't think this is isolated. This is like systemic. And point number two is, don't think this is about a male rape culture. This is more of a prostitution culture. Like, sure. It's pay to play, basically. It's, you have all these fresh faced, and he's a different example because he wasn't like a 19-year-old or 17-year-old off a bus from, fucking Omaha, Nebraska. It's a lot of, dude, like they're the old Guns N' Roses Welcome to the Jungle videos kind of accurate. It's a lot of kids either in high school, straight out of high school, in like a lot of kids, teens, early 20s, They get off the bus on Hollywood Boulevard. They're, you know, a lot of them are attractive people, and they just enter this fucking, you know, the swamp of fucking pariahs and predators and whatever. So there are those who go over the line and literally break the law, like, you know, that will go on to assault or rape or pedophilia. But a lot of times dude, of the 100 most famous actors and actresses, I'm talking about big names now, Julia Roberts and Jolie and all these bitches that are coming out acting like shocked. I don't know what the number is, but rest assured, a lot of those bitches have sucked dick in the beginning. Like they didn't, oh, here, you're perfect, let's get you in Pretty Woman. Like, no. So if you think for a minute, Harvey Weinstein, just all we're hearing about is these 30, 40 stories of him striking out. Like, for those 30, 40 stories of you've heard of him
like
striking
300
out,
stories of him.
There are 3,000. Yeah. They're 10 bitches get off a bus every single fucking day. Like, so it's a pay to play city. So you have men and women. Would it shock me to find out Clooney sucked dick to get discovered? Like, of course not. Absolutely not.
Did he really? I wouldn't doubt it.
No, I know that. I don't know. I'm that's completely me speculating and bullshitting. But don't think, dude. John Travolta has like,
he's weird dude.
Dude, eight settled lawsuits. Like he has insurance, like the film insurance. Had to like settle, so he's been like trying to molest guys for fucking 20 years. Like,
God
so
almighty.
Yeah, and that's not conspiracy theory either. That's like fact. Like you could Google John Travolta sexual lawsuits.
I've seen the pictures and what a little too cozy. Like, you know, real dudes don't walk that close to their guy friends. I'm sorry, we don't.
So, but here's my problem with it. It's that okay, this whole culture is kind of like a high pressured, the whole business is like a high pressured prostitution. Let's just call it what it is. You're basically, you're performing sexual acts to try to get a job or get a role or become famous. But that is my problem, obviously. But my problem is on the other side of it, they turn around and lecture us on how to be good human beings. That's my real problem with it. It's like nuclear family is evil, religion is evil, your kids don't belong to you, your daughters should be bitter, angry feminists, your sons should be
bitter, angry feminists.
Your son should be
bitter, angry feminists as well.
Yeah. So you have all these fucking sexual predators. You have all these prostitutes, all these people who've fucking sucked dick and taken it up the ass for a movie role. You have them lecturing us on virtue and morals, and that's like another thing me and you talk about. Like a couple weeks ago, it was about the NFL players. Like we let these fucking gladiator retards try to like lecture us on philosophy and politics, and it's dude, Hollywood's even a bigger cesspool.
What's the worst? I think the worst offender of the week. I don't know who is like the publicist or the, you know, for these libtards, but Eminem's rap this week. That idiot, that washed up middle-aged has-been. He should have done drugs before he came out with that thing. A month before he's supposed to debut his new album, comes out with this anti-Trump thing. He just 86'd his career, man.
Dude, and that is Paul Joseph Watson did a great video. But everything he said is true.
True.
Like if you pull up Eminem's like early shit in the 90s, when I think he broke when I was in like college, and it was like during the whole Christina and Britney thing, and like they had just blown up, and he blew up. Because he was like the counterculture. He would go around calling people fags and making tit jokes and say, and I want to kill my mom and girlfriend. Like, so you have this 20 years ago, you know, alpha is shit, like offensively alpha, and counterculture, like fuck the media, fuck everyone. Right. And now
he's an SJW.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't even sound like him. It barely looks like him. It doesn't even. I'm thinking it's a clone, man. I think the real Eminem is dead.
dude, what? He might be a fucking robot. It might be AI.
It might be AI. Exactly.
Dude, but isn't that the, like I said, it's all the Hollywood thing, the music industry thing. They're all such retarded hypocrites. Like we have to remember from these aren't the moral foundation of our society. These aren't the intellectual foundation. These are not the people who came up with penicillin. These are not the people that are going to teach you how to raise a family. These people are retarded and morally bankrupt. They're like stupid, evil people. And that's okay until they try hijacking the culture and saying, this is how you have to live. This is what you got to think. You're a bigot. You're bad. You love your family. You love your wife. You love your kids. You love God. You're fucking evil. Like, what? Huh? Like, I think this will be, everything, all the signs I'm seeing, dude, the NFL, the Hollywood shit, the Eminem shit, all the signs I'm seeing is that more people maybe think like me and you than we thought. Because it looks like the country's just like pushing back at all of it. Like, you're disgusting. We don't, like, fuck off. The boycotting, the fuck off. It seems like we're winning a lot of these debates and arguments. Maybe I've been wrong and we're not getting old, and everyone else who's normal out there sees the same shit that we see. I really believe 2016 was the end of the left, and 2017 is putting the. I mean, look at they're failing, man. ESPN down the toilet, CNN down the toilet, MSLSD down the toilet. The NFL done, NBA done. I mean, everything's getting wrecked. These stupid singers, the politicians, the liberal ideologies, the politics. It's done. Well, do you notice too? Like, I was reminded of Mark Dice did a great video a couple months ago about Roman Polanski, the director who left the country. Yeah, you actually brought him up, and we're talking about Weinstein leaving.
Yeah. The puto Weinstein.
The puto, para vámonos, rápido, puto. The fucking. He won, and Dice did a video where he won the Oscar for Best Director in like 2004.
Yeah, Meryl Streep was like standing up, and Jack Nicholson.
Dude, yes, yes. Here, dude, this guy is a convicted. This is dude, rapist, pedophile. The girl was 13. Right. 13, anal rape, drugged her.
Oh my god.
Yeah, drugged her and anal raped her. 13-year-old girl, and you have.
I had no idea it was that. Jesus.
Dude, bad, dude, like on Quaaludes and shit. So
oh my God.
And you're right, it was Meryl Streep and it was all the Hollywood fucks that lecture us on how to be better people and how evil we are, how we're Hitler for wanting lower taxes. They gave him a standing ovation, dude. These people all got up and started clapping. And you could pull it up. You could pull up the Mark Dice video or the original Oscars video. Roman Polanski wins Oscar.
Right.
And you have this culture. So like I said, dude, like they're okay with you being a pedophile if you agree with carbon taxes or something. Like it's always been about ideology with them. Like if you believe our, communist dogmatic bullshit, you could do anything. Right. You can get away with it. They're I don't throw the word around, but they're like satanic evil people. Like they're just evil motherfuckers. Like everything about them is bad. Like the drug addictions, the divorce rates, their kids always end up fucked up. Like they're just sick, evil, twisted fucks. And they want to preach and pontificate onto the rest of us that, there's something you ask backward people for not, believing in fucking 86 genders. And like, there was an important point made by
this guy on YouTube. I think he calls himself Hotep or something like that. Made a very valid point about these idiot liberals. If there's like 58 genders, how can there be a gender wage gap?
Well, that another one of CJ's links, dude. The Girl Scouts are going after the Boy Scouts now for allowing girls in, and it's so the beauty of all this, how, like you said, you just brought up a great fucking, you know, a paradox almost, where like they're gonna, a lot of their logic is gonna start eating itself. So like, the Boy Scouts, think about this. On one hand, a liberal tells you men are dangerous, right? That's like a clear liberal thing. Toxic masculinity, men can be dangerous, we have to fix men. That's one liberal talking point. In the same paragraph, a liberal will sit there and tell you that they think it's okay that a man who thinks he's a woman could take a shit next to your daughter at a Walmart.
Yep.
Like it's all these conflict. So men are dangerous, but we think it's okay that a man could go into a locker room where women are. Like, they have all these logical paradoxes. That's like a hypocrisy and illogical and just breakdowns in reason. And the Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts example is another one, dude. So the Boy Scouts are like, all right, we're letting women in. So the Girl Scouts attack them. Like, oh, it's because this, it's because that. No, the reason is that now you're going to pull away women from you're going to pull away girls from the Girl Scouts. It's almost like we need a, how dare you assume my gender, you bigot Scouts, or something. Like, it's all, they're tearing down these institutions that are just American normal institutions because their ideology is so fucked up, dude. It's yeah, dude. The whole thing is laughable, and I don't know how you could be a liberal nowadays and like look at all these things that me and you talk about on a weekly basis. I don't know how they could pull out all these things and say, yeah, this is. We're the party of science. We're the party of tolerance.
We're the party of advancement and civilization.
Yeah, we're the party of we're the intellectually elite. And yeah, okay, sure, big time, huge.
Yeah, so elite.
No, dude, I don't. I mean, it's all of it, man. When you put it all together, the last 2 weeks, man, they're eating themselves.
They really are.
Oh, dude, it's where you just see people like me and you and the Gavins and Cernoviches and Alex Joneses of the world. They just sit back and they're like, you know, like everyone's just laughing their ass off. Like, we told you. Dude, Alex Jones has been talking about like Hollywood rape and pedophilia and sexual abuse for like 20, 30 years.
Man, what about Cat Williams was talking about that forever? Remember Cat Williams?
Dude, Corey Feldman and Corey Haim came out about it. The Harry Potter kid came out about it. Like, yeah, dude, it shouldn't surprise any of us. These are like demonic, evil motherfuckers that get into this business, and they have a lot of power and they have a lot of money, and the greatest danger is that the influence they have on the culture, the influence they have on when you turn on your TV, like the amount of shows now about the amount of shows now on TV, like on every channel, about like feminist Muslim black woman who is single in her 50s or whatever. Like it's all like this just disgusting propaganda they're trying to like infest onto like us and our children, and this is all normal now, and like all of it, dude. The Will and Grace made a comeback. It was just a Trump bashing fest. Modern Family's a total fucking show. It's all like the liberal family unit. This is how we should but they're trying to put it onto the whole culture. Like this is the new normal. This is the new normal. If you don't think this way, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think the quote came from you the first time I heard it. Like this was I think you said it like 9 months ago or a year ago. You're like, this was the year of the dads. Like the dads stood up.
Yeah. Yep.
Stood up and like, enough.
Yeah, exactly correct. Exactly correct. And that's who showed up to vote for the 2016 election. And we're not gone. We're going to be back for the 2018 midterm elections. And I'm telling you, man, these guys are done for. These McConnells, these Paul Ryans, they got to go. The criminal. I mean, I mean, me and Caesar were talking about this week. Imran Awan, the former IT guy who was heading up all the emails for Debbie Wasserman Schultz, that crazy psycho. And there's enough dirt on this guy. You don't even need a police investigation. Like, you could nail him, and yet Paul Ryan and Mitch McConnell, these guys do nothing, bro. They do nothing. You know? These are a bunch of putos.
Is it that, you know, I've heard the theory that so many of these dudes in Congress, in the Senate, the real power players, that that everyone has so much dirt on them that they don't want to rock the boat. Because I've heard the theory of, like, you don't even get to a lot of these places. Like, they don't give you the green light to get to these places unless they could blackmail you at some point or apply coercion. Like, so everyone has these skeletons in their closet, or a lot of these people that they let. Doesn't matter if it's Obama being fucking gay and a jihadist. Like, they all have these fucking skeletons in their closet that could be pulled out at any time. Like, if you don't play ball, we just go live with this and end you. And maybe that's one of the reasons they hate about Trump so much. Like, even no matter what they threw at him, he's like, blow me, fuck you, you know, yeah. I'm taking you down.
They don't have any dirt on the guy, man. You know, the whole thing also you got to understand is, you know, why do you think they invite you to these mansion parties?
That's all. That's the word, man. That's the word on the street. Yeah. Like,
come to the mansion parties, so you can be either drugged, and then all of a sudden, here you are in some room, and you got this, 12-year-old boy from Thailand. They got pictures of you with the 12-year-old boy from Thailand, and he's like all of a sudden hugging you. And when you get to a position of power, you're going to be in line because you don't want these pictures getting out.
That's in the Godfather too. When that senator won't play ball,
yeah,
they drug him and put him in the whorehouse and put the dead hooker there and then next thing you know, he'll do whatever the fuck they want. Dude, it's not out of the realm of possibility, man. It makes sense, because what they sell to us, the public, is, oh, they work for the lobbyists. They work for the lobbyists. Dude, I believe that to a certain degree. Like, okay, that kind of makes sense. They work for the lobbyists, or they're going to get their job at Citibank or Lockheed Martin after they leave politics, or their insider trading tips, whatever. But dude, a lot of the shit they do, a lot of the moral shit they do, it doesn't matter if it's the funding ISIS, the wars, slaughter 100,000 there, 50,000 there. Like, a lot of the theft, a lot of the murder, it's so blatantly evil that I think that it's got to be more than about money. It screams to me, like we're talking about, it screams blackmail or coercion or extortion, or there has to be more than just the money, because some of the things that the government does are so fucking evil. I can't even chalk it up to greed. It can't be just greed. It's got to be something more than that. At least that's what I think.
Yeah, absolutely. It's power. It's just they see. The problem with these weaklings are, and this is a sign of weakness. This is why they'll never be strong. This is why they're just a bunch of little punks and a bunch of little bitches. Because you get these little punks around like a real alpha dog. Let's say like a Vladimir Putin. These guys will pee themselves because these guys think that they that power is gotten by exploiting those that are weak. They think raping a child makes them powerful. They think molesting little kids is somehow empowering. They think that taking advantage of women is somehow something that's going to give them influence. And these guys don't know. These guys, people who do this, you all are the punks. If anybody's out there doing this, you're the punk. You are the loser. You are what is weak. You are what will be killed off. I mean, God, man, if this was any other point in human history, man, we'd have these people tied up in the backyard in chains, and every time we'd come home from work or come home from war, riding our horses with our broadswords, right beside us, they'd be begging us, please don't beat us, please don't beat me, These are the
dude, your Putin analogy was so fucking spot on.
Yeah.
Because these guys, when they get in his presence, first of all, it's very important that you make a distinction between an alpha versus a psychopath, sociopath, narcissist.
Right.
An alpha is just a true man who has virtue and morals, head of the pack, isn't afraid to speak to power. That's an alpha. A sociopath, psychopath is exactly what we're describing. It's they prey on the weak. They prey on those who can't defend themselves. They find weak-minded individual, like the cult followers, the sheep, the people who they can't fight back. And if you ever see these people, like the narcissists, the psychopaths, the sociopaths, if you ever see them in the presence of an alpha, like a Putin, they shut the fuck up real quick. Yep. These little pansies, like the John McCains and the Lindsey Grahams of the world, like they only talk shit when they're not around Putin. Like yep. they're when Putin's on the other side of the ocean, they'll fucking talk a bunch of shit. When they get in the presence of an alpha, it's a different fuck. And dude, I've experienced it in fucking life too. Like these people that have like really shady past, or they've done this, the first thing they try to do is they try to like test your boundaries to see if you're someone who's going to put up with their shit or not, or if they could take advantage of you or manipulate you, or can they walk all over you? Are you weak? And when they smell balls, when they smell fucking testosterone, yeah, they want no fucking piece of it. They don't know if you'll snap their fucking neck. They don't know if you're going to go off on it. They want no piece of fuck. They're not for like face-to-face confrontation. They're fucking weak people. They're weak as fuck.
It reminded me of the time when Obama was so scared of Putin, he didn't even want to work out with Putin in the same gym. This was in Ireland. They had that big G20 meeting or something like that. And no, it was the G8 meeting. This is when Russia was part of the G8, and then they kicked Russia out, and then they became the G7, which is the insolvent seven. But Obama and Putin booked the same time during the gym, and Obama refused to be there. And he made a big crying quip about it, he doesn't want to work out with Putin, blah, 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 blah. So you also saw the exercise videos of Obama on YouTube where he's moving these girly 5-pound weights with his chicken legs and whatnot. So Putin said, screw it. You can go ahead and work with the trainer. So while Obama was moving his girly weights, you know what Putin did? Dude, this is the middle of winter. Putin went out and swam the North Sea, bro.
Well,
what an alpha dog, bro.
Well, think about it, dude. One guy sucks dick in basketball courts. The other guy wrestles polar bears.
Exactly.
Who do you think is fucking alpha in that relationship? Like, exactly. So Obama can get on this side of the ocean and talk a bunch of shit, but like, you never saw him fucking in Putin's face talk shit. Like, he's like, I'm telling you, they smell fear, or they smell like these predators. They look for people they could exploit, that'll put up with their shit, that they could walk all over, that'll play ball. And the Harvey Weinstein thing's, it's really just another example of that. He's just
Weinstein.
Puto Weinstein. Like, dude, he's just a fucking sloppy motherfucker. Disgusting.
It's disgusting, dude. He looks like, you ever notice that Ed Asner Ed Asner and Puto Weinstein look similar?
Dude, I don't know. One of the best story I heard.
Droopy eye.
Dude, the best story I heard was he was trying to fuck this waitress.
Yeah.
Or he was trying to fuck a woman. I'm not a waitress. Trying to fuck a woman in a restaurant, like some no-name actress or whatever. And she wouldn't bang, so he just wanted her to stand there and watch while he jerked off, like in the kitchen. Dude, this like sick, crazy shit that like it's incredible no one's checked these people sooner. Like so it doesn't matter if it's girls, where are the brothers? Where are the fathers? Like,
liberal girls don't have fathers. If they do, their fathers are just a bunch of bitches like they are.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine having one of these kids as a son who was like, or a daughter that was molested? Like, if I'm the daughter of the Roman Polanski girl,
I'd find Polanski would be a dead man. I'd find the son of a bitch out.
Yeah. Dude, how are these? That's what I'm getting. Like, where are the male family members? Like, why is no one being thrown off a building? Why is no one being fucked? Why is no one's neck being snapped?
Dude, seriously, yep.
And maybe that's the problem. The government protects these people. Like who knows? I don't know how they got protected. Forget about the, oh, you could sue him or allegations. Like, dude, where are the men? Why didn't no one tear this fucking guy's head off? Like, it's, if it was one of my kids or sister or something, I would have fucking snapped this fucking guy's neck. I would have showed up at where he's having lunch and just fucking grabbed him by the neck and just fucking snapped it. Like, okay, like, what now, motherfucker? Like, so I don't know. I can't speak to that.
Yeah, man, me neither, bro. It's like the question becomes, where are the men? They're look at Hollywood. Look, now allegations are coming out. They're coming out with Ben Affleck that he's groping women.
Dude, have you seen
from Batman to Buttman?
Dude, have you seen some of the videos?
Yeah, I have.
Dude, it's so creepy, dude. It's so creepy. It's funny. He spent the last 4 years like sticking up for bringing in more jihadist Muslim immigrants, and now it all makes sense because that's how those guys act too. Like, yep. Come here, my little Gentile. Come here,
my little haram. My little infidel. Come,
my little infidel. Come here. Like, so maybe.
Hello, Walid. Yes, I'm doing good. I just ordered a new child bride.
Ben Affleck movie too. Come over. We watch Ben Affleck movie.
We watch Ben Affleck movie. I'll order the pleasure goat from well, I'll bring the pleasure goats with you.
Dude, here you got a guy, a good-looking guy with money coming out of his ass. Like the fact, yeah. The fact that
when he started, the first interview. Okay, the first interview where he was had that reporter sitting on his lap and he was like feeling her up. It was disturbing to watch.
Dude, it was for like 5 minutes too.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, you're dating Jennifer Lopez. You're dating at that time the hottest chick in the game. I'm like, what in the world is wrong with you?
Well, dude, it was like a 70 or 80-year-old like old man groping someone. It was like.
It really was. It was like a perverted Santa Claus groping a child. It was weird. Yeah,
it was the exact opposite of like GQ James Bond shit, where you just, even if you're gonna bang the girl, like the cool GQ move is just hand her your hotel key. Like, see you upstairs, see you later. We'll get a martini at the bar. Like, it's just something like suave or cool, but like. He was like straight up like, dude, like I said, it was like the rapist uncle who got out of prison or something. It was really fucking, dude, it was really disturbing. I was like, what the fuck?
Do you want to see my pet snake?
Well, dude, doesn't that guy have like pussy draped all over him all the time? Like, that's my confusion.
Dude, that's my point. At that point, he was dating Jennifer Lopez, who, come on, man. J-Lo back in like the 90s. Hell, J-Lo now is like smoking hot.
Oh yeah, no, dude, she's one of the most beautiful women ever. Yeah, man, I don't understand it. Like a Weinstein, you're gonna be like, all right, I could, like a lot of the producers and writers.
Puto Weinstein.
El patrono. I could see when a lot of these fucking disgusting dudes, like that dude's clearly that dude looks nothing like Ben Affleck. Obviously. Yeah.
I just got this image. You ruined me, man. You Harvey Weinstein wanted to bang this actress, so he took her to a restaurant kitchen, and he said, "Stand there by the salad while I beat off."
Dude, that's what I'm telling you. Like,
stand there by the prep table.
Dude, it's like Sodom and Gomorrah in that fucking place. I told you I was just in LA like 3-4 weeks ago for 5 days, and it's like
I like it a little wet, so pass the mayo.
Well, and here, dude, here's what's crazy. They get the culture out there, they get offended by someone like me or you who tells it how it is. Like, so me or you are sitting at a martini bar in Beverly Hills, and we're telling jokes or dropping F-bombs, or I call the bartender sweetheart. Like, everyone freaks the fuck out. Like, they're like, oh my God, it's Hitler. Like,
meanwhile, Harvey Puto Weinstein is in the kitchen of the restaurant you're in, beating up by the salad department.
Yeah.
He's beating off next to the sous chef.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, dude. Like the minute they find out, the minute they find out, you might be able to get them in like a Mentos commercial or something. They're like, they'll let you do anything. Like, oh, dude, I didn't know you were in the business, dude. Fuck my 12-year-old daughter. Like,
Yeah.
they're sick, twisted fucks. It's
They
like
really
all.
are. They really are. Do you wanna star in a double mint commercial?
Yeah, dude, I could get you in a fucking Scope commercial, dude. Let me fucking bang your wife.
I can make you a background star in a Sprite commercial. Here, stand here. I'm gonna no move to right by the tomatoes. Don't move. Don't move.
Dude, they're morally
Pass
fucking
the
bankrupt.
guacamole. I'm chafing.
Yeah. But the Weinstein thing, you're like, all right, that's a total like disgusting predator. I get it. But I don't understand like the dudes who are like actual like famous and good look like that I don't understand at all.
Ben Affleck,
I don't
I don't understand Ben Affleck. The guy just walks around and it's just like, women like pretty much fall on his lap, and this idiot guy, he wants to go ahead and play creepy Santa Claus. That's why they're all messed up and their relationships are messed up. I mean, he was married to Jennifer Garner for a while, beautiful woman, had like 3-4 kids, and then he goes ahead and bangs the what did he bang? He banged the nanny, got the nanny pregnant.
Bought her Alexis. Yeah. No, dude, they're
and he's lecturing us on global warming.
Well, they're the exact opposite of what we should be teaching like the next generation. That whole culture, their whole the way they live, the way they interact with their spouses and children and all of it. They all have like massive drug addictions and this and that. Like they are the antithesis of good. They're the exact opposite.
They're the putos of the world, bro.
Dude, they're the vermin, dude. Like but we should be teaching our kids not only to not hold them on a pedestal, but to be like, that's the exact opposite of what you want to end up like. You want nothing to do with those people. Like it's a bad call. If I had kids, like there's nothing more terrifying than one of my children could say to me is, I'm thinking about going to Hollywood to become an actor or something. I'd be like, the fuck you are. You're not fucking going anywhere.
Correct.
It's a cesspool of just dangerous predators and evil and yeah, man. Like I said, it was a week of, it doesn't matter if it's the revelations of Weinstein or Vegas or just all these things that we talk about all the time are just being proven correct. Like, oh yeah, it's all true. Yeah, it's we haven't even talked about the Veritas shit yet.
Yeah, let's talk about Project Veritas strikes again, my man.
Dude, we like I said, we're not fucking crazy. It's all true. It's all true. They want to put you out of business. They want to put YouTubers out of business. They don't want those results coming to the top. They want to demonetize you. They want to starve you. It's all a coordinated effort. We're not crazy. It's not a conspiracy. It's all fact. They talk about it when the cameras are off. And I mean, you've been saying it forever, dude. You've been saying it forever, and it's all fucking true. It's all, they admit it. When they don't think anyone's listening, they admit it.
Yeah, absolutely correct, man. That's when they come out and say, yeah, and they say, oh yeah, I'm not biased. Of course I'm what's the word he used? Of course I'm one-sided or something like that. That's why I work here at the Times.
Well, one of them actually worked for the Hillary Clinton campaign, too. I think it's like,
he's the one who's James Comey's godson or something like that.
Yes, yeah, dude. It just keeps getting better and better and better.
Oh man, there's no conflict.
Well, no, dude. I'm sure the Comey investigations were all on the up and up, and I'm sure all your videos shoot to the top of YouTube, and I'm sure that, dude, it's all like this. It really is the Matrix, man. We're living in the Matrix. We are, and the thing is that a lot of us are keen to it. We know what's going on, but so many people still don't know. Like they're not willing to accept it. Like, that whatever 75% of what you know is my brother. Dude, my brother got in an argument because my brother's like, God, you've went hard right the last 2 years. And like, he's like, you used to be more libertarian, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, I still am. I just started paying attention to the culture. And I'm like, and the problem is, you know, his name is Pete. I'm like, the problem is, dude, you have kids. You need to start paying attention to this shit, because if you're not, I guarantee you the shit your kids are learning when they're not in your presence, you're not going to like it. Like they've infested everything. If you're still, and God bless my brother, I jump in front of a train for him, but he's got, many people got, I just use him as an example. You got to start paying attention to those who are walking around. We have to find a way to reach them, that like, this is what's going on. Your daughter might go to school one day and then come home 9 hours later and say her teacher told her she should be a boy or something. Like, so they're going after the kids, and they have been for a long time.
That has always been the end game.
Yeah, get them young, brainwash them young, indoctrinate them young.
Yeah, and you have a population of idiots.
Well, and you can't figure out why you're. They start so young. Like, there's been stories the last couple of weeks of kids get, like, first graders and third graders getting thrown out of class for misgendering someone. Like, they start so young now that, so they want to introduce these kids to gender and sex and oppression and the drug culture and the whole liberal idea. So, and then what's going to happen is if the parents are asleep and they're not aware of this, what's going to happen is the kids that used to experiment with alcohol and drugs and sex when they were 16, 17, it's going to start happening younger and younger and younger and young. And so you're going to come home and your like 11-year-old daughter is going to be on heroin, and you're going to be like, what the fuck happened? It's like, what's happened is they've been fucking brainwashing her since she was 5 years old. Yeah. That's what's fucking happened. Like, they're going after the kids. That is the end goal.
Look how dumb it is where some stupid kid with some jackass parents who ain't worth a pile of dog crap. These parents are like, oh, you know, my son, he identifies as a girl. And so the school district celebrates that. And these idiot doctors who should have their medical licenses revoked immediately, whether it's kids like 11 or 12 or even 10 years old, puts them on hormone replacement therapy. The amount of damage this does to the brain. And they're like, well, there's no studies for it. I'm like, look, you stupid freaking moron. We only understand maybe 10% of the whole entire endocrine system. So when we're raising these kids, okay, and giving them, you know, the hormone replacement therapy and telling them that it's totally normal. These are kids who are pretending to be something other than their own. Pretending. Okay? I'm sorry, but I cannot sit there and pretend along with the parents that their boy is a girl. Not happening.
What you know, Alex Jones, God bless him, he's used this word for a long time. And, you know, I used to laugh about it 4 or 5 years ago, but now I've actually started using it too.
Which one?
No, trendy.
Oh yeah.
Liberals love being trendy. Like, it's trendy. I pull up my Facebook feed, and it's dudes I went to high school with, in college with. Dude, it's dudes I've known for 30 years, 20 years. And their 5-year-olds or 7-year-old boy will have like tri-colored hair and a nose ring, and like it's trendy. Dude. Like, they're taking this innocent child who's like literally just learned the alphabet last week.
Yeah.
And they're like making him an extension of like this liberal cancer. Like, they're objectifying this 5 or 6-year-old or 7-year-old. And they're like, you're trying to make him look like he's joining a punk band next week. Like, what the fuck is wrong? The kid's 6. What the fuck are you doing? It's for me, it's a tough spot because it's not my kid. Like, it's your kid, not my business. But I see shit like that, dude, and it breaks my heart. It's like, does that kid even have a chance? Like, if he's going nose rings and hair and this at 6 years old, what is that kid going to be like at 12? Like, is he going anal banging in the bathroom? Like,
yeah, he's going to be a total puto.
Yeah, dude, Dude, he's gonna
Gonna
be.
be a complete puto by the time he's 11.
Are you trying to get him to sell meth at 9? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. And
he's gonna use meth at 9.
Dude, it's just I think Alex Jones is right. I think it's just like trendy. It's cool. It's trendy. Look at my kid. I could dress up my kid like a transsexual Barbie at 6. Like,
yep.
What the fuck? Like,
and here's what these stupid freaking parents need to understand. Let me explain something to you retarded parents that are out there. You stupid idiot liberal parents, okay? You liberals, you guys make me sick. You know why you make me sick? You have proven to me, and I have over 900 years of economic data at my fingertips, and you have proven to me you are not even fit to run a lemonade stand. Okay? And on top of that, man, they should be preparing their kids to be effectual and proficient in the field of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. STEM. They should be getting them ready for medicine, for engineering fields. They need to get them ready because we are entering a new paradigm in the global economy where your little trendy pink hair, blue-eyed trollkin is going to have to compete with Sanjeev and Lu Xingpu from China and India, and those kids are running rings around American college sophomores. Okay? So this is what's happening. Dude, we can't this type of chicanery. You don't build a culture or a country on this type of stupidity. It needs to end. It needs to die a horrible death. And I'm talking about the ideology of liberalism. It needs to be finally put to the trash heap of history. I'm sick of it already. And if we're going to survive the next 15 years, 10 to 15 years as a country, it needs to go immediately.
Dude, it all comes. I think me and you agree, just on such to the extent that it's so much about the family unit, what goes on with the parents, what goes on in the house, and when you have these people, the liberal culture is either single parent or welfare, or make your boy look like a queen, make your daughter a butch. Make like the whole thing is so toxic, and the fact that dude, you hit such a home run just now. Like the fact that we can't even agree, on like, hey, maybe our kids should at least focus on math and chemistry, and like we can't even agree with them on that anymore. No. Like that's like that's. That's right. Yeah, math is sexist and racist and homophobic. Just like like we can't even. When I was growing up, a kind of a common phrase was like, "I want to raise doctors and lawyers." Like you'd always hear that. I want to raise, and like I saw an article yesterday with Justin Trudeau. Trudeau.
That freaking.
Yeah, it was a picture of him and his boys, his sons, and he's like, "Why I want to raise feminists?" Like, dude. Well, we can't. Like, they're trying to raise retarded pansies, like, or welfare queens, or victims, or like we can't even agree on what we should be focusing on to like teach our kids. It's incredible, and they're. Dude, like I said, you hit such like a profound home run where you're like on a global stage, long term, macroeconomic, that's going to massacre us. Like we're becoming dumber and weaker and lazier and more entitled. And it's no shock why we're falling behind in everything, because the youth is just becoming more and more pathetic. Yeah. Like I think my father probably like, off the record, probably looked at me and my brothers and was like, "You guys are kind of fucking pussies." And if he could have seen millennials, holy fucking shit!
Oh my god, exactly.
Dude, what's
you hear about Home Depot that they're so shocked and they're like so shocked that Home Depot is going to be offering classes to millennials on how to use a tape measure and how to hammer a nail.
This is a screwdriver.
Officially the most useless generation ever.
This is a screwdriver. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Like, dude, bro? What's the answer? How do you turn it around? How do you fix it?
Well, first thing you got to do, I think there's 3 waves of millennials. The early wave is fine; they're more Gen X than they are millennial. It's the second and the third wave. You have to forcibly sterilize them. You got to give them IQ tests, and you got to figure out if they have libertarian values or conservative values. Then you keep them because that means they have a brain. They're critical thinkers. You keep them. The libtard ones who are social justice, identity politics, sheep dipped morons, those you just got to sterilize them so they don't reproduce. That's what you got to do.
You're going
You can't let them
eugenics.
breed, man. You don't even have to do that. Millennials don't breed. I forgot. That's what we got to worry about. They're going to die off.
No, dude, millennials, breeding's not cool until you're 68.
Oh, exactly.
Man, hopefully it comes down to something that easy where they'll either stop breeding or there'll be some sort of Darwinian. See, that you can't even do that with the welfare state and with them living in mom's basement. Like, where theoretically, if there wasn't a welfare state and you couldn't live in mom's basement until you're 70, then they couldn't even afford to reproduce. Like, they wouldn't be able to pay for themselves to do it. But when the government could fucking pay the bills, it's like, and they actually give them more. They incentivize reproduction for fucking poor people and lazy people and fucking stupid people. And each
child is another $500 in EBT and in welfare.
Dude, it's all incredible. And we can't, like you said, the STEM argument is always where I end up too. When I'm arguing with someone about single mothers, feminism, food stamps, the argument for me always goes to there should be one focus and one focus only: STEM. If you can't force feed them STEM in the early years, if they don't have, let's just be honest, if they don't have the intellect for STEM in the early years, then you've got to focus on blue collar jobs. We have to eliminate people going to college who have no business being in college. We have to eliminate the gender studies shit. We have to eliminate the race studies shit. We have to eliminate sociology, anthropology. We have to eliminate these useless people who not only come out more retarded than they went in, but they also come out with $250,000 in debt. Like, so you have these debt slaves who can't find jobs, and all they do is regurgitate bullshit in their 20s and 30s.
And then they join Antifa.
Yeah, they become looters and riders. No, you have to eliminate those people. If you're not in a STEM field, dude, or some field that's going to result in employment or whatever, then there's no reason for you to be there. You should be learning how to be a plumber, electrician, whatever. You need to start. I mean, that's my opinion anyway. I would never finance, me personally, I would never finance a child who came to me and said, "Oh, I want to study feminist lesbian poetry, 16th century France." Like, yeah, okay, for sure. Where do I cut the check, honey?
Yeah, Dad, I really want to study gay art therapy.
Dude, the amount of these.
That is the day. If my son ever said that, dude, I will take him back to his roots. I'll fly him to some one of the ancestral homes, either somewhere in the Pacific, or in the Middle East, or in the Southeast Asia. Beat the snot out of him, and then have him be put on a steroid cycle with some massive dose of testosterone, and have him train with like Buddhist monks. By that time, he'll be hardcore. Son, are you there? What makes the grass grow, Dad? I don't know, son. What is it? Blood. Good.
Dude, how are a lot of these parents still cutting checks? Like,
idiots. It is good for Junior's mental development. This is good for him. It's we don't want to crush him.
Yeah, I think we've talked about it before. I think you start maybe in the lower schools, like public education, and then you go from there. But at some point, parents gotta realize. And the libertarian in me is like, you have no right to tell anyone how to live their life. You're right, I don't. But the problem is you're unleashing little looters and rioters and communists into the streets at 23.
Yeah, you got to be libertarian all within reason.
Yeah, it's
human culture is human culture, man.
Dude, the problem is that they become such a. It does affect us. It affects me. It affects you. Once they once they leave that university campus, they're not only broke and penniless, but they're like dangerous. Yeah, they're like dangerous little commie running around. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ. It would, I don't know what the fuck to do with these people. It's like, how many debt slaves do you need serving coffee that are literally the minute they leave Starbucks, they grab the Antifa flag and the wrench and they're like ready to kill someone. It's like, okay, well.
The worst part is like they even suck at being baristas. I mean, you give them more than one order, they like short circuit. They don't know what to do.
Dude, that's a microaggression, bro.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, he asked for a triple slim, blah blah blah.
Dude, they get so confused when I just say large coffee.
Large coffee. Oh my, what is that?
I'm sorry, sir. Did you mean a triple caramel macchiato with?
That's when you gotta grab them by their stupid bib, that little overall, whatever they wear. Listen, you puto.
Dude, fucking Narcos really left a mark on you, bro. I love it.
I love it. Hey, if everybody listening to the broadcast, go watch season 1 through 3 of Narcos. If you don't like it, then you're something wrong with you.
Banditos, we are banditos.
Banditos, Pablito.
Pablito.
Mierda puto, me llamo Pablo Escobar.
Dude, that actor fucking nails Pablo, bro. Nails him.
Yeah, and he's freaking Brazilian, that guy.
Dude, he played an awesome role. But the Cali guys were played awesomely too. Like, I thought every guy did.
Yo, season 3, man. Wow, holy shot, man. That was amazing, bro. Chepe running New York, and he blasted those Dominicans on the barber chair. That was real, dude. That really happened.
Dude, the gay character is fucking awesome too. The what's his name?
Pacho.
Pacho. He's the fucking crazy one.
Oh my!
Pacho's the fucking crazy one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pacho.
I couldn't agree more, dude. Awesome show. I've been addicted to it for a couple of years. It's fucking fantastic.
Love Narcos, man. Narcos is awesome. It is sick. The Caballeros de Cali, right, CJ?
Sí, amigo.
Sí, that's right. With that being said, Guñado, what's your closing comments, man? Give out your shout outs and perpetual assets, where if you're worried about your 401k turning into a 101k, because let's be honest, if you haven't listened to the broadcast where we had Frank and Mr. X from RemainCalm.net explain to you that your stupid 401k is really invested in credit card debt and people's ability to pay their debt because it's been financialized, then you should go back and listen to that broadcast and then give our boys over at Perpetual Assets, my man Will Lear, and the one and only Gustavo, mi primo. Yes. So what you need to do is give them a call, set it up, then call up your financial advisor at Merrill or Edward Jones and say, listen, you mierda puto, I want my 401k. I invested out right now, you puto. You threaten him. And then you set up with these guys, man. Go ahead and plug yourself, bro.
Perpetual, dude. You said everything I need to say. Perpetual Assets. Check us out in a search engine. Drop perpetualassets.com. Retirement. If you want to put cryptos in your retirement account, metals in your retirement account, you decide what you're putting in it. We don't. It's a little asset management firm that you're running, and you decide what it buys and sells. Check us out online. Give us a call with any questions. That's what we're here for.
That's it. With that being said, Harvey Weinstein's a puto, and Gustavo, El Cuco, and El Guerrilla, we are out.
Vámonos.
Vámonos.